Hi, this is Stacy from PortaOne. PortaSwitch Maintenance Release 130 is now available. You can become a white-label provider of AI voice agents and generate a new revenue stream. Connect AI assistants to PortaBilling, so admins get things done through conversation instead of clicking through screens. Enable creating IVRs that generate personalized voice messages on the fly without pre-recording every prompt and more. Let's dive in. You can now add AI voice agents to your Cloud PBX and SIP trunking services and generate a new revenue stream from AI-assisted calls with the new Authentication module powered by Apifonica. Your business customers can reduce the cost of handling incoming calls by offloading them to AI agents. Customers configure AI agents in Apifonica's no-code builder, defining conversation scenarios and a knowledge base, and then assign them to phone numbers or extensions in the self-care portal, such as the Cloud PBX self-care portal. For example, a dental clinic can configure an agent to answer patient questions and book appointments. When a call comes in, the agent responds in real time. You set your own rates on top of the wholesale price from Apifonica and charge per minute, or bundle the service into a subscription. To estimate how much additional profit AI voice traffic can bring you, use the revenue calculator. The link is in the video description. You can now deploy AI agents connected to live PortaBilling data, so admins can create customers, change configurations, and handle other tasks through conversation instead of the UI, saving time for your team and your customers' teams. The new PortaBilling MCP server module, available via the add-on mod, lets you do this without installing or running a model context protocol MCP server yourself. PortaOne hosts and maintains it for you. The server exposes PortaBilling data as tools organized by entity type, customers, products, services, and others. So an AI assistant like ChatGPT, Claude Desktop, or your own custom agent can look up data and make configuration changes through natural conversation. Each user's access follows their existing PortaBilling permissions, so the AI agent can only retrieve or modify what that user is already allowed to access. For example, John, a PBX admin at ABC company, asked the AI agent to create extensions for a group of new customer service representatives, providing names, extension numbers, and products to assign. The AI agent completes the setup and confirms how many extensions remain available under the service agreement. When John asks for invoice history, the agent declines and explains why. John does not have permission to access that data. MR130 also introduces real-time text-to-speech for custom voice applications. The new add-on module lets your own or your customer's applications generate personalized voice prompts during an active call, unlike static pre-recorded prompts that say the same thing to every caller. The speech is synthesized using 11 labs. This functionality is useful when the voice message depends on information that's only available at call time, such as the caller's name, appointment details, service status, or verification code. For example, say you build a custom IVR for a solar panel company. When the client calls, the application retrieves the caller's name and account manager from the CRM, composes the message text, and passes it to PortaSwitch via the API. PortaSwitch converts the text to speech using 11 labs and plays the personal message to the caller. Synthesized audio is cached automatically, so repeated messages do not incur extra synthesis costs. You can now enable two-factor authentication for engineers who access the configuration server web interface. Previously, two-factor authentication was already available for PortaBilling admins, resellers, customers, and other entities accessing their portals. With two-factor authentication enabled, a user must enter a time-based one-time password from an authenticator app, such as Google Authenticator, in addition to their regular credentials. So even if a user's credentials are compromised, an authorized person can't access the configuration server without that one-time password. Some applications, including Vodafone, let users sign in with a one-time password or OTP sent by email. PortaSwitch handles OTP generation and validation out of the box. Previously, those emails could only be sent using the built-in templates and delivery mechanism. Some spam filters may flag those emails, since PortaBilling servers aren't a recognized email provider, unlike MailSend. Now you can send branded sign-in emails using external solutions. PortaSwitch sends an event notification whenever a new OTP is generated. Your custom middleware can receive that notification and forward the OTP to an external email platform, such as Bravo, or your own in-house solution, using your own branding templates with custom logos, colors, and layouts. For example, when your customer opens Vodafone and enters their phone number, they receive a sign-in email with a familiar logo and styling that matches your brand. Admins can now assign text transaction codes directly to default services available in PortaSwitch, such as voice calls, network access, and messaging. Previously, to define a text code, admins had to create a custom service of the same type. For example, let's say our telecom uses a third-party taxation system and the built-in voice call services in its service catalog. To ensure that voice call charges are text, the admin assigned the appropriate text transaction code directly to the built-in voice call service. At the end of the billing period, the taxation system classifies and taxes voice call charges correctly, with no extra steps. Those are the highlights for PortaSwitch Maintenance Release 130. For a more detailed description of these features and enhancements, see the link in the video description below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next release!